So, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to put the link to the slides again, as well as you'll receive an email with the recording and with the link to these slides again tomorrow. So, you'll have all of this information to review. So, thank you so much for joining us. We are the Master of Arts in Educational Technology program. You'll hear us refer to it as MAET throughout our time together today. So, quick take of the agenda. We'll do some introductions that we so gracefully have done so far, and then we'll speak to the program overview, program costs, and student experience, and then we will also address any questions. We've had some of your questions come in with the registrations, so we've built those into the presentation where they are most relevant. If any new questions come up, please go ahead and use that Q&A feature, or you can raise your hand if you want to talk it out, and we'll make sure that those get answered. So feel free at any time to pop those in. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. We know how busy you are. We know how full your plates are. Some folks were sharing in the Q&A with us just a little bit about their context and where they're at today, and we want to let you know that we so appreciate you taking the time to spend it with us, and that now we're a part of your connection, and we see you and hear you as much as that feels like just such a common phrase at this point. But thank you for being open and sharing how you're feeling today. Some of you in the Q&A, so that Heather and I can access this. And we're a part of your network now. So we like to say, once you connect with us, you're connected. So we're here no matter what. And we're looking forward to remaining connected to you and supporting the incredible work that you're doing in your learning environments and beyond. So we have folks from New York and Michigan and at a variety of levels so far joining us today. So, who are we? Getting to know a little bit about us. I'm Candace Robertson. I'm the Assistant Director of Student Experience and Outreach. So, in my role, I teach for the program, I do curriculum work and design, programmatic evaluation, and then I as well oversee the advising of all of our learners. So, upon admission to the program, I would be your advisor who would guide you throughout your experience and beyond.
Hi, I'm Heather Williamson. I'm the Academic Program Coordinator for the MAT program. You initially will reach out to me for admissions questions. I handle the admissions, and so if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I've been with MSU for over 30 years, been with College of Ed for 15 years or more, so I've got a lot of experience and I'm glad to help.
And then the two others from our core team who are not in our session right now with us are Brittany Dillman. She's the director of graduate certificate programs. She's the one in the photo who has kind of short blonde hair. And Liz Bolt is the director of our MALXD and MAET programs, and she's the one with red hair. So, a little bit about us programmatically is that we're a global community of graduate learners. Most of our learners are working full-time professionals, and we have two flexible program modalities. So, we have our fully online program, and then through our fully online program, you can also choose to participate in our education abroad experience in the summer. And so we'll talk about both of those modalities today. So one of the questions that came in was, what are the modalities? And so these are the options. You have the fully online program, or you can supplement that with experiences in the summer in Galway, Ireland, which we'll talk to in a moment. Another question that came in was, can I do this degree in person? No, our only opportunity for face-to-face learning is in Galway, Ireland. It is not accessible in the fall and spring in a face-to-face format. The rest of our program is fully online. Our working mission is that through engaging quality learning experiences that focus on practice and creative uses of technology, we will empower educators and designers to develop a critical lens, promote equity and think in new ways and become transformational leaders in those professional contexts that they serve. Our core principles are that we provide support from application to beyond graduation. I'm meeting with our graduates all of the time to help them prepare for career transitions, to help them write grants for their learning communities. We really are invested in you as a human, as an educator, as a designer, and people who are making change in your learning communities. And so we really mean it that from application to beyond graduation, we're a part of your network. We value diversity of perspectives, resources, and communities, and we promote growth as curious learners and transformational leaders. So, a program overview. MAET is a 30 credit program, master's program, which is 10 courses. And our courses and our program are a non-thesis program. So you build a portfolio starting in your very first course that you contribute to throughout your time in the program. And in our final capstone course, you reflect on your experience, you synthesize that, you position yourself as an educational technology leader and make sure your portfolio is showcasing that through different features. And that is the culminating experience. As a part of your MAET journey, you can also receive and earn graduate certificates. These are certificates in educational technology, K-12 computer science education, and online teaching and learning. Most of our students earn 2 graduate certificates and their MAET degree during their time in the program. Because MAET only has 3 required courses, those other 7 are all electives. So I meet with you, learn about your goals in your interest areas, and then we map out an individualized program plan for you. In our program, you'll explore learning theories and frameworks. You'll create powerful solutions to support teaching and learning, and you'll share with our innovative global network. Something that is really important to us philosophically is that we practice ungrading in MAET. So our courses, you begin with a 4.0, and then you still have units and you have beautiful rubrics that tell you everything that you need to put into your creations and designs. And then we expect that you revise and iterate on your understanding to develop your growth and demonstrate that growth. And then at the end of the semester, you receive that 4.0. There are no individual points throughout your course experience. So you'll have a rubric that lets you know what those expectations are, and then we will help to support you in getting there through iterations. So we do this because it aligns with what we know about adult learning and our beliefs around assessment and learning, and then also to push on some of the oppressive, biased systems within the educational systems. So because of that, we are a part of a system though that does award grades, and so that's why you receive a grade at the beginning and you do have a transcriptable grade at the end. So in case maybe tuition benefit is also a perk that you can leverage with your employer, you will have a transcriptable grade. You just won't have individual points. You're never going to have like, you get 2 points for responding to a peers discussion board. Like you won't even have that discussion board, but you will just be authentically engaging with your peers throughout your courses. If for some reason you were not meeting expectations, your instructor would let you know very proactively that that 4.0 was at risk in some capacity. That can be a shift I see as the advisor for some people who are very used to tracking and keeping points to let themselves know that they're doing well. And I think after the first round of feedback you receive from your instructor, your feedback from your instructor is going to be very timely and thorough to support you. It's going to be individualized for you. And so after that first round of feedback, people start to really understand the benefits of it. And we've done focus groups with our learners and surveys to help understand how they experience ungrading because we really care about our practice and want to do the best for our learners. And so in those conversations, they've talked about how that first round is when they start to understand and that they've increased their ownership and choice of their work, as well as they start to use that learning in other um, creations and projects throughout their coursework. So they're actually carrying their learning with them, which is, as we all know as a teacher, is like the best thing ever, right? That's what we want. So across modalities, our learning activities and creations are purposefully designed to be applicable to the learner's professional context. That's our goal. We want to take the theory and apply it to your practice. We want to make it usable. We want to allow you to experience it through that design. So these are just some examples where, at the beginning of your course, your instructor is going to get to know who you are as an individual. Then they're going to tap into that as you're creating things and be like, oh my gosh, this resource would be excellent for you and what you're doing and what your experiences are. And then there's a prompt for asking you to think about your learning community and your learners just kind of as a reading reflection. And it's just intentional, planned, high instructor presence with flexible creations. And those creations are the projects and assignments that you'll create throughout your time in the program. Specifically, focusing on our online program, you are going to be creating across mediums. So these are some example artifacts. And we like to really define technology as any tool that we're leveraging for a goal. So from pipe cleaners and toilet paper rolls to generative AI, you're going to really develop a deep understanding of how, why, and when to integrate technology. And we really believe in the power of Play-Doh, just like we believe in the power of generative AI. So we have this full spectrum of technology and our beliefs around that. We have fully accessible courses that we're really humbled to say are award winning. They're asynchronous, and by asynchronous, we really do mean that. You will have a unit released every week or every 2 weeks, and you'll access that content when it works for your personal and professional life. And then you will have due dates to help scaffold your learning and to make sure that we have time to give you feedback to support your growth. And so you'll have due dates that you'll just need to submit your creations by, and then you'll get timely feedback on those. Most of our instructors do offer some sort of brief, synchronous, optional meetings so that you can get together with your classmates if that is something that you enjoy or you are looking for out of an experience. That would be like a quick 30 minutes, maybe once every few weeks or something of that nature, or a few throughout the semester. And that will always be really intentional too and make use of the fact that you are all sharing a space. It will never be something that could have been an email or could have been a recording. It's going to really focus on that conversational element. Our courses follow that explore, create, share that we alluded to at the beginning structure, and they're facilitated by instructors with really robust online teaching experience and a dedication to supporting all of your learners. They are fabulous humans and educators, and we're really lucky that they chosen our program to be a part of as an instructional staff. So you'll have an incredible experience working with them. I have no doubts about that. These are some buttons on your screen. It will take you to our course listing page. It will take you to a video that provides an overview of how our online courses present, and that is in D2L, which is MSU's learning management system that they use. And then it will also provide you with an example MAET course experience. So those are all buttons that you can click on. This summer, the full summer session starts May 12th and runs to August 15th. And then we also have courses that run the first half of the summer and the second half of the summer in some accelerated sessions. So that first session goes May 12th to June 27th. The second goes July 1st to August 15th. And then a quote from one of our graduates is that I often tell people that what you'd expect from an ed tech program would just be sharing apps and learning how to use them. This program is so much more than that. It challenges your thinking, pushes you outside of your comfort zone in the best way, allows you to focus on the needs within your own context, and offers tremendous support. And we're just That is just like such a wonderful thing that somebody said. And that is what we hope to do. But we think it's really important for you to have access to what the student perspective is on the experience. So for our summer overseas cohort, it is 2 weeks, fully face to face in Galway, Ireland. So it's 2 weeks and two graduate courses within those weeks. Galway, Ireland is on the west side of Ireland. And so there's a button there that will take you to our overseas info. A question that came in was, can overseas students come to MSU for graduation? Yes, absolutely. So whether you take part in our fully online program or if you go through our online program and supplement with participating in the overseas education abroad experience, you can absolutely come to commencements. And we just had commencements and we had like 8 of our learners join us on campus. And it's just a really happy day to get to celebrate this massive milestone with you because we are here with you like at this stage of the journey and then beyond. So it's really exciting to get the chance to celebrate with you. And then what an average day looks like, or what can you could expect from participating in the overseas cohort is, you might start class at 8:30 and do some reading by the river and some lunch and come back and do a group project. And then once class ends, you go downtown and you take part in a baking class with your classmates. So it's really leveraging the fact that you're in Ireland, taking part of transformational learning in a transformational space. And so, as much as we love and as are good at online teaching and learning, we know like sharing a physical space together is a different environment. And so, if you're even interested in it, please send me questions because I would love to talk to you more about what that experience could be like for you. And then when our students are in Galway, Ireland, they stay right on the campus of the University of Galway, and that's where classes are held. Our instructors are there. Liz Bolt, our director, is one of our instructors for our overseas cohort. And they're a shared apartment setup where you have a private bedroom and a private bathroom. So bathroom and shower, and then you have a shared living room and kitchen. And so you only stay with MSU MAET students while you're there. This summer, our dates are July 6th through July 19th for our education abroad experience. And again, that's 2 weeks, two courses, and 6 graduate credits. Now I'm going to let you quickly, you know what? You're going to have this presentation, and to make the best use of time, I'm going to go ahead and skip playing this right now, but you will have access to this. This is Anne, one of our online students who participated in our overseas cohort, and she shares a video that she created while there about her experience in MAET and the overseas cohort. And so you'll be able to learn about the overseas experience through one of our graduates. The application due dates for the program are overseas, if you're participating in that, March 1st. And I would say apply sooner. Our applications are reviewed on a rolling basis. So once your materials are complete, we will be reviewing and notifying you of your admission decision. So get it in now so you can plan early. And for overseas, if you apply through education abroad, by February 15th, you're eligible for scholarships. So the sooner you can get in your application with MAET, the more eligible you will be for things like scholarships if you are going to participate in the overseas cohort. But that final due date is March 1st. For summer online, the application due date is April 1st. And for fall online, it is August 1st. There are 2 buttons on the screen that take you to our apply page as well as an application guide that we have. And then as an attendee of this webinar, your application fee is going to be waived automatically. So make sure that you don't pay an application fee. And if you have any issues, you can loop Heather or me into that, and we'll make sure that that gets applied if something a little wonky happens with the system. For your materials that you need for an application, you need the names of 3 professional references, a personal statement, the university application, a CV or a resume, and official transcripts. A question came in was, are there any tips that we can provide for tackling the essay response? My biggest tip is do not make this a mountain. That is not what it is meant to be. Set a timer, write genuine responses to the three questions you're asked, and then go back and revise that. This should not be something that takes you 2 weeks. This should be something that takes you a couple of hours, depending on your writing style. I think people, right, I think it can be nerve producing to apply to a graduate program. And so, people really want to prove and demonstrate their academic prowess. And we are more inclusive than exclusive as long as you're meeting the requirements for applying to MAET. We believe everybody has the ability to be successful, and we are going to support you in that journey. Um, we want to get to know you. And we want to make sure that we are the right fit for you because you're a human who's investing a lot in a graduate program. So we want to make sure that we get to know you and that we're going to help you meet your goals. So don't spend too much time on it. Just make sure you're answering the questions. It does not have to be APA, MLA citation. Like, you don't need to do all of that. Just answer the three questions, is what my biggest tip is on that essay. And then for the professional references, the biggest tip we have is to make sure that you pick efficient individuals who are going to be timely. That is the thing that takes the longest on applications. So make sure you pick efficient individuals who will just get you that recommendation in. They will automatically get sent an email and then they can submit a letter or they can just type in a text box their recommendation for you. In terms of program costs, we know that this is a large financial investment. So we like to be transparent and make sure that you're supported in this financial aspect. So the tuition rate for MSU's online College of Education programs is $933 per credit. That's a total tuition cost of $27,990. There are three buttons on your screen. That take you to the tuition page, take you to curated funding resources that we have for you, and then to MSU's financial aid page. A question came in, are there any graduate assistantship opportunities? The College of Education does not do master's level graduate assistantships. However, there are certain fellowships and scholarships that are available through the college that we link to in that curated funding. Outside of this, if there are any funding opportunities that you have access to, we will support you in anything that we can do to help you receive that funding. So I write letters all of the time. I serve as recommenders. Sometimes employers want to support tuition in to some degree, but they need information. And so students just ask me for that information, and I put together whatever that artifact is that their employer needs or those letters of recommendation. So we are your people who are going to root for you and support you in all of those funding possibilities. And then for overseas, it is that same tuition rate. And then there's a program fee. That program fee includes your housing on campus for the duration of the 2 weeks, lunch on campus Monday through Friday, excursions, and materials. It just does not include travel to and from Galway, Ireland, and like your out of pocket expenses that you would have during that experience. So your breakfast, your dinner, any additional travel you want to do outside of the excursions and things like that. And again, if you apply by February 15th through Education Abroad, there's scholarships that you'll be eligible for. In terms of the student experience, you're going to have a well-supported experience that is focused on your goals from advising to instruction to beyond. So a very popular kind of series of courses that our learners take are ones that allow them to earn a graduate certificate in educational technology, a graduate certificate in online teaching and learning, and their MAET degree. So they graduate with all three of those awards. So here is kind of what that plays out in a fully online program. That would be 5 semesters, taking 2 courses each, and then a question came in of kind of what's the duration or the time frame to complete the program. Generally, students do complete it in 5 semesters. So if you started this summer, you'll likely graduate in fall 2026, kind of a year and a half to earn your MAET degree. Some people accelerate that by taking 3 courses in the summer when they know that maybe they have a little bit more time to do that. And These plans also that I'm going to share don't include any reference to the fact that you might be transferring in credits as well. So this is just showing you what 10 courses looks like across the different modalities. So again, to earn those same awards, online plus one summer overseas still is very similar. It has those 5 semesters with that coursework, but just some of that is happening overseas and some of that is happening online. And then if you want to do online plus 2 summer experiences abroad, then many of our students take a course online while they're taking the overseas courses. So you can finish your degree in a little bit more of an accelerated fashion and finishing that in 4 semesters. So, a question that came in was, what are the career prospects after completing the program? We have a page on our website that's dedicated to our alumni and career spotlights, and you can access that. Some of our students remain in the classroom, some of our graduates remain in the classroom, some move, a lot of them move into leadership positions. So, whether that be curriculum managers, content specialists, instructional designers, and other different leader roles at the school or district level, um, we help them transition to that. We do mock interviews and resume reviews and help them if they're looking for jobs and things like that. So that will give you a little bit more insight into some possible career opportunities. And then if you have any other questions, we're here and we will be here for a few more minutes to go ahead and answer any questions that you have. And then you're like, what's next? You can submit the overseas interest form if you're interested in possibly doing in the education abroad experience. We'll make sure you get all of that information as soon as possible. You can join Heather. She has open office hours every Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30. That's a button that will take you to her Zoom session. And then you can also schedule a pre-admission advising meeting that's one-on-one with me through that button there. You can also reach us at any time at edutech@msu.edu. We hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or start of your day, depending on where you're joining us from in the world. And thank you so much for sharing this time with us.